After this hearing that the Woodward book, and especially the headlines from CNN and the initial reporting about it, were way overwritten.
I think that's exactly right. Thanks for having me, Leland. I think, the Woodward book, I think, is factually accurate, but the way it was framed was probably in the sort of most salacious or least charitable light possible for General Milley, which he dismissed. And I think if you look back and do sort of reconstruction and look at sort of the DNA of the origins of the story, Jamie Gangel at CNN, she was the one that sort of leaked this with breathless, breaking, going rogue, no nuclear arsenal. And she got the leak from Bob Woodward to get attention, which worked. But since then, the real stories, the real facts, at least evidenced by what General Milley said today during the Senate Armed Hearing Committee, don't bear out. And what he was doing was sort of by the book.
The other part of this hearing, why it was originally scheduled, was about Afghanistan and that very embarrassing withdrawal, which was interesting because Republicans were ready to have Milley's head over the Trump book. And then all of a sudden, as we watch into the evening tonight, it's Republicans saying, look, what Milley said is proof that President Biden is terrible on foreign policy. More from Milley on why he did not resign in protest over the president not taking his advice on Afghanistan.
This country doesn't want generals figuring out what orders we are going to accept and do or not. That's not our job. The principle of civilian control of the military is absolute. It's critical to this republic. In addition to that, just from a personal standpoint, my dad didn't get a choice to resign at Iwo Jima, and those kids that are at Abbey Gate, they don't get a choice to resign. And I'm not going to turn my back on them.
Is this Milley the general, or Milley the general who's a four-star who's also a politician?
I don't think he's a politician, but I think he's put in a unique situation where he has to sort of kind of make clearer what has already been put out there that he hadn't any control over. Look, General Milley is no joke. There's a reason he's the top-ranking military officer, because he's disciplined, he's a leader, and he's a good communicator. And what he's doing there is he's trying to put the genie back in the bottle over a story. I think his mistake initially was made when he spoke to all these authors writing tell-all books, which he admitted to during the hearing, but then he also admitted that he hadn't read any of them and couldn't, confirm their accuracy, which is, if you don't want to be misreported, don't talk to the sources to begin with. So it's a bit of a problem of his own making. That said, I think he did a really good job, or went a very long way, in cleaning up that mess. And he came out, I believe, very, very credible, shifted some of the blame or the animus, at least from the Republican senators, from him over the whole China allegations to President Biden, and how his decisions into the specifics of how they, withdrew from Afghanistan. And I see a new narrative brewing as a result.
Yeah, a new narrative brewing for sure, especially when you listen to Jen Psaki not be able to really answer who is it that gave the advice to stay in Afghanistan and who gave the advice to pull out. And it's something I know you all were covering at Mediaite, and obviously tomorrow morning and over the next couple of days, that's going to continue. Colby, great to see you as always. Keep up the great work.
Thanks for having me, Leland. I appreciate it.
After the break, the images at the airport